Expectations for LSU, I will pick them to win the West.
The year was 2019. The coach was Ed Orgeron. The quarterback was Heisman winner Joe Burrow. The team, LSU Tigers. Some say that's the greatest team to take a college football field. A team that produced 30 draft picks, which 20 of them are still on current NFL rosters. But the 2 following years were nothing short of disappointing. In 2020, the LSU Tigers went 5-5. In 2021, 6-7. Will LSU get back to dominance? During Brian Kelly's second season in Baton Rouge, the Tigers are coming off a 10-4 SEC West Championship that ended in a blowout loss to the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC title game. Could this be the year Brian Kelly gets his team an SEC title and a spot in the college football playoff? Let's get into it. Strength of schedule. The Tigers have a very favorable schedule coming in at 63rd in the country and 8th in SEC play. Starting with Florida State at a neutral site, which might be the game of the year if it's anything like last year's game. September 30th, the Tigers travel to Oxford to take on the Ole Miss Rebels, who are absolutely loaded at quarterback and have a stud and freshman All-American running back, Quinshon Judkins. Then the Tigers travel to Tuscaloosa November 4th to take on the Tide, who will be looking to get revenge after a 32-31 overtime loss to the Tigers in Death Valley last year. The following week, the Gators go to Death Valley, who I believe are still a year away as Billy Napier continues his rebuild. Then they close the season against Texas A&M, who embarrassed them last year in College Station in a game no one had the Aggies winning. Coach Kelly is a phenomenal coach. He's taken teams with less talent on its roster to the college football playoff, and this LSU roster is loaded. On offense, they returned 8 starters, led by 5th-year starting quarterback Jalen Daniels, who was electric at times last year and even had a few Heisman moments. That may be the reason he's a favorite to win the award at plus 900, which is only second behind Caleb Williams. And if you dig a little deeper, he's actually listed as the number 1 quarterback in the SEC, according to multiple publications. Last year, he threw for 2,700 yards and 17 touchdowns with only 3 interceptions. He has the ability to extend plays, very dangerous runner, and he led the Tigers in rushing with 855 yards and 11 touchdowns. If he can command the offense and take care of the ball, the sky's the limit for Daniels. Not to mention, he gets all 5 of his linemen back. Wide receiver Malik Neighbors, who in my opinion is a top 5 wideout, taken in this year's draft. He posted 1,017 receiving yards and hauled in 72 receptions. Sophomore tight end Mason Taylor, who has football DNA running through his veins, was a 2022 freshman All-SEC and posted a reception in every game outside the game versus Arkansas. They returned 5 starters on defense, led by 2022 phenom freshman Harold Perkins Jr. First team All-SEC, freshman All-American, basically by every major outlet. Multiple SEC Defensive Player of the Week awards. This kid is an absolute stud. He's an every down backer, complete game breaker, and causes havoc for offensive linemen. I think he's at his best when he's rushing the quarterback. He's on the preseason Defensive Player of the Year watch list. But the secret is out, and offensive coordinators will scheme against him. So he's going to have to be really special this year to continue with what he accomplished last year, racking up 72 tackles 13 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks. The defensive line features a trio in Mekhi Wingo, Mason Smith, and Savion Jones, who I expect to have a solid year. At safety, Major Burns, who is an excellent tackler and has great ball skills. If he can stay healthy, he might be one of the best safeties in the SEC. The Tigers also bring in highly touted transfer from Texas A&M, cornerback Denver Harris. All in all, if the defense comes together and they get more production from the running back room, the Tigers have a chance to repeat as SEC West champs and maybe a step further and make the college football playoff. Even if they split the Florida State and Alabama game, they would have to run the table the other 10 games. But it's possible, and I think Brian Kelly is the man for the job. Go Tigers.